Hey, what's up, guys? It's Sammy, aka EA Sports. It's in the game, and today we got some information on the perks system for ghosts. I had to redo this because, to be honest, I just went on for far too long. So I'm going to try and keep it a little bit more simple because you want to get the basics. So anyway, the gameplay is some Modern Warfare 3. I thought I was going to get Moab in this. I never did. I never have had a Moab apart from on Infected. So it was a pretty good gameplay. I'm probably going to have to use some CoD4 footage as well after. But anyway, let's get into the information. So the tier system in this is kind of similar to the wildcard system, the pick 10 system in Black Ops 2. But the good thing is that there's no tier categories. So you don't have a perk 1 slot, perk 2, perk 3. You can mix and match perks as much as you want, which I kind of think is how it should be, because I think, in Black Ops 2, if you had a combination of lightweight, flat jacket and ghost, would that be overpowered? I don't really think so. It's not any more powerful than flat jacket, lightweight, and dexterity, personally, I think. So good that they got rid of that. And anyway, let's get into the tiers. I should hopefully have them up on the top the top right if I can get my Photoshop working properly, so you can see the actual perks I'm talking about and see what they look like. Ooh, pretty pictures. It'd be lovely. So anyway, first category is speed. First one is quick draw, which is basically allows you to aim down sight faster. We've all seen it before. Going to be useful for snipers, I guess. Hopefully it's not 50, like 50% increased zoom time, because I think that's too good. Hopefully they kind of take the route of Treyarch and keep it balanced. Sleight of hand. This will basically allow you to reload faster. Usually it's been twice as fast. Hopefully it's not twice as fast, because that's too fast, let's be honest. Next up, we got agility, which is basically allows you to move faster, like, lightweight sort of thing. Then we got marathon, which allows you to sprint longer, not unlimited sprint as we had in like CoD4 and I think Modern Warfare 2, but just longer. Stalker, this basically allows you to move around faster when you aim down sight. Again, I hope this is tuned correctly, because Treyarch have put all these things on an attachment so that you could tune it for each weapon category, because Stalker on a submachine gun you don't really need it as much, but on an LMG is going to make you move ridiculously fast if it works exactly the same. So hopefully they know what they're doing, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, handling, strong arm. This allows you to throw equipment further and decreases cook time. Whether or not the cook time they mean is just how fast you throw it, rather than actually cooking frag grenades, because that could kind of be annoying if you don't know how long you have to cook a grenade and you forget you have the perk on. You're like, boom, what the hell? Or maybe you want to cook it for 5 seconds, who knows. Yeah, but the way you throw stuff in this game looks quite different. Like, you throw it sort of straight rather than over your head. So maybe you'll throw it over your head if you have the strong arm perk, who knows. On the go, sounds like a pretty useful perk. Allows you to reload whilst you're sprinting. I think I'm going to end up using this quite a lot, because especially when I'm rushing, trying to get near people's spawns and stuff, because a lot of the time I'd prefer this over marathon or something, because I want to be able to sprint while I'm reloading so I can get to my next position. But we'll find out how useful it is when the game comes out and stuff. And we have reflex, which allows you to swap weapons faster. It's pretty useful if you're into that sort of thing. Hopefully with the right shield, I'm definitely going to be using this with my right shield in. It's going to be done, with my quick draw turtle class, whatever the hell I call it, I can't remember. Then we've got steady aim, which basically it's the laser sight, allows you to hip fire a lot easier. Next up we have dexterity, which allows you to recover from sprint faster. So that's going to be, I'll probably end up using this a lot. It's pretty much one of my most used perks in Black Ops 2. So, basically it allows you to be more rush friendly, so you can get caught off your guard if you're sprinting around and stuff. Next up we have stealth. And there's the stealth category, and the first one is called takedown. This gets rid of the skull when you get a kill, so it's just probably going to be useful if you're playing against, more attentive players, because if you get a kill in Call of Duty, a skull will come up where you killed someone, and the enemy will see that. So basically it'll remove that, and it'll give you a bit more stealth. It'll be amazing. Next up we have blind eye, which gives you protection from air support and sentries, kind of like in Modern Warfare 3, and as it always has been. But this time round in Black Ops 2 it didn't protect you from sentries, but it does on this one. So That's pretty useful. Next up, we got Off the Grid, which keeps you undetected by SATCOM and motion sensors. Oh, motion sensors. Oh, I hope they're not as good as the portable radar. That's all I got to say about that. Dead silence. Just basically ninja, or whatever you want to call it. Just keeps you quiet. It probably makes your callouts not able to be heard by the enemy team. Cold blooding, which basically removes all targeting from stuff like, you know, an AC-130, or keeps you off of the thermal targeting thing, so you won't show up like white or whatever. If they have that in the game, I'm assuming they will. Next category is awareness. So the first one is recon, which was in Modern Warfare 3, and basically, if you count as having the pro variant, if you shot someone or they got hit with a flashbang or an explosive, they would show up on the map, and I thought it was kind of a bit annoying. Hopefully it's not quite as effective. I reckon 2 seconds is enough to let people know where they are. For your teammates, maybe give you 5 seconds, I don't know, but we'll see how that works out. Next up, we have Scavenger, which basically will work as it always works. You just pick up, you know, people will drop the little blue bags, you run over, you pick them up, you know, you got more ammo, sorted. Sit rep is going to be basically like engineer, so all explosive like claymores, betties, stuff like that will glow red, and you'll be able to see them through walls and stuff, so it's going to be useful. Not sure if it delays explosives or anything, we'll have to find out about that. Eavesdrop, this allows you to hear enemies louder, so in this game there's a lot of call outs, like whether or not you've got a microphone in or whatever, your character will automatically do it. So like say you're shooting someone in the front, and your teammates watching the back, and they see someone coming around the back, they'll say there's an enemy coming around the back, and they'll say that to you and you'll hear it. But if there's an enemy outside, they might be able to hear you. So basically this will allow you to hear the enemy's call outs louder, and also I imagine footsteps. Hopefully the footstep thing isn't as powerful as Modern Warfare 3, because I realize when I go back and play the way I play Black Ops 2, the way I play Modern Warfare 3 is completely different. Like I originally thought that I wanted sit rep to counter dead silence and stuff, but I think I may have been wrong. I think the whole thing was too effective. Sound horror, and I hope it's tuned correctly. The next category we have is resistance. So the first one is lightweight, which allows you to take no fall damage. This is, you know, pretty useful. Always been useful. Take no fall damage, yeah. Okay. So painkiller, this gives you faster health regen. So you know when you get shot, you have this like, I think it's 5 seconds of Call of Duty where your screen's red, and then magically, you know, the magic surgeon comes along, stitches your wounds, and then you're fine. You know, you've taken a bullet to the head, but fine, you can go on. Well, this basically gives you a slightly better surgeon. So basically, this switches you from the NHS to a like awesome private surgeon who like performs on Madonna and stuff like that. So that's what painkiller does basically. It's not, don't worry, it's nothing like the Modern Warfare 2 thing where it just made you like take 1,000,000% damage for the first couple of seconds. Thank God for that. Next one we got is stopper, which is basically toughness or flinch or whatever it's called in Modern Warfare 3. And just gives you reduced flinch or view kick. Some people like it. It's going to help you, you know, in contested fights where you're like shooting each other face on. That's definitely going to help you there. Then we got tac resist, which gives you resistance to stuff like flash grenades and stuns, and maybe whatever else they throw in the game, who knows. Then we got blast shield, which gives you protection from explosives, so that's useful to have. Hopefully it's tuned well with how you know, hopefully grenades, from what I see in the footage, the explosives don't look too powerful anyway. And then we've also got blast shield, which will protect you even more. I'm not sure if the person I saw having all the grenades around their feet actually have blast shield on, but you know, we'll find out. Equipment, extra tac, which basically gives you an extra tac grenade, tactical grenade. Extra lethal gives you an extra lethal. Fully loaded gives you extra starting ammo. So say your gun started with 20 extra bullets, now you get 40. Some people would prefer this to scavenger, so they basically give you an option. You can choose whatever you want. Next up we've got extra attachment, which is basically bling, which gives you an extra attachment on your primary. So normally your primary has 2, so this would give you 3. And your secondary, normally you would have 1 extra attachment. This will give you 2 extra attachments, so that's pretty close. And then the next one is the one I'm most worried about, is danger close, and apparently this is going to increase explosive damage. My God, why did they have to do that? they do have blast shields, so you do have protection to it, and it's not crappy like the Modern Warfare 2 one where you had the stupid shield you had to put on, you couldn't see anything out your corner of your eyes. But why'd you have to put it in the game, I don't know. Well, I'll have to see how it works, you know, it's kind of annoying. But the next perk as well, if this works how I think it is in the elite category, it kind of worries me, because there's a perk called Double Down, which allows you to increase the effectiveness of another perk. That sounds worrying. Could you imagine if you would double down danger close? I think I'd have a nervous breakdown if I was playing against someone using that. But we'll have to wait and see how it works, because the game's not out yet, so we don't know. So next one is Hardline, which works how it always works. Just allows you to have you need one kill less to get something. Kind of annoying that they haven't followed Treyarch's way of doing it with points, because I much preferred that system, because it kind of gave you credit for assists and, you know, like little, just, you know, like just playing the objective and stuff like that, and taking out air support, but not too much credit, because taking out UAV isn't equivalent of a kill, really, is it? So I know we'll have to find out how that works. I'm not 100% sure on this. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. So ping is kind of an interesting one. So basically, what this will do is, if you kill an enemy, then it'll send out like a ping, and it'll show all the enemies within that area. Have I explained this one? Let me try explaining it again. So say you run along and you see an enemy, you shoot them, and there's another 2 enemies hiding behind some cover that you couldn't see. It'll send out a little ping thing, and it'll show you on the map that there's 2 more enemies there. So it's going to be kind of useful. I imagine on Search and Destroy that would be really useful. You know, because, you know, if you're trying to break through someone's line, then you're like, alright, I know there's someone there. Maybe I'll go a different way. Maybe I'll do this, blah, blah, blah. So that's going to be pretty useful. And also if something like kill confirmed as well, that would be really useful, because you'd know if there was an enemy there, so you know whether or not they're running for the tag. So maybe I'll use that if I'm playing kill confirm, I don't know. So the next one is Overkill, which basically allows you to have 2 primaries. But why not underkill, people? I might want to use 2 secondaries. They never let you do that. But I think there's plenty of times I'd want to do that. So that's what that does. Now the next one is Deadeye, and this one, it does cost 5 points, so it's by far the most expensive perk in the game. But I'm kind of worried about this, because basically how it's described is increased damage you get with each consecutive kill. So I don't know how this is going to work though, because the thing is, the starting power was kind of weird, because it affected the balance of the guns, because some guns were nearly an extra kill, and some like 1 bullet less to kill, because of how, you know, bullet damage works and stuff like that. So it gives you an increasing chance of doing bullet damage. So I don't know how this works. Maybe it gives you an extra 2% bullet damage each time you get a kill. Hopefully it doesn't go on forever until you're like literally just like one-shot killing people with, like, I don't know, like, could you imagine the FMG9s if it was just one-shot kill from any distance? That would be insane, man. But that's basically what I understand of Deadeye. So it's going to be useful for longer streaks, you know. So if you want to get like a really high kill streak, then maybe go for this. So yeah, how do I feel about the system? I'm not too sure at the moment, to be honest. There's a couple of things that worry me, but we have to wait and see, don't we? But anyway, guys, hope this information has been useful to you, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye bye now. Bye bye.